The first question I've got, and this goes back to Keeping 100 gets asked this all the fucking time, and it does kind of fascinate me. You see it on it happens live on Twitter all the time. Jim Cornette gets into these like feuds or war of words, and it's not just like, oh, I don't agree with your opinion on that stuff. It goes from like 0 to 100 on the scale of like, well, Jim would be like, well, I think this match was good. And the other guy would be like, well, I didn't think it was good. So he'd be like, oh, yeah, well, fuck your wife and fuck your fucking, your job and you're a fat piece of shit. And it's really, but then nobody fights back. So the question really I would have is, considering a lot of the stuff that Jim Cornette has openly admitted to in his private life, Chad, why do you think that people let Jim Cornette away with crossing the line so much and not fighting back?
Because he's entertaining.
I think they're scared to. I think if a fan responds and goes back and forth, the ultimate thing is you're going to get blocked, and that's that. And then there's no more interaction with that person that they secretly love, by the way, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be spending, tens of hours online commenting on everything he does. We had Ryback on Eyes Up Here, and he was talking about Jim Cornette. And so we put up the clip on YouTube, and 95% of the comments were in favor of Jim Cornette. And what are they called? Cornette's Army or whatever?
The Cult of Cornette.
The Cult of Cornette, yes. And
the
everybody
Cucks of Cornette?
The Cucks, yeah.
Everybody said, I'm a follower of Jim, and Jim is 100% Ryback got no love on that video. He almost had like zero response in his favor. Everybody loves Jim, even though, and I'm doing air quotes right now, he could be a prick to some people. They love that about him. They love his honesty towards things. They love the way he handles situations. Me, I'm a little more diplomatic. I'm also a female. I try not to be vulgar and rude, but some guys are really into that and how funny he is and he was brilliant when he performed. So, that started their love for him. But this character, whether it's a character or not, maybe it's the real him. I've only met him a couple of times, but they are so enamored of the man that he is and the way that he handles himself that even if they say they hate him, 100% they're in love with him. Everybody.
Yeah, but the thing that I don't get is that like what's the guy, the rapper guy, Top Dollar?
Top Dollar, yeah, they're going at it now.
Yeah, and it's weird that like he's really letting Cornette bury him. And he's got no good comebacks. But instead, he should say, "Hey, Cornette, you know that everybody knows you're a cuck and that you let people fuck your wife while people watch. like, is that really as embarrassing as me messing up a fucking clothesline?"
Well, is that what they're fighting about? What he did at work, like a spot?
Yeah, I have no idea. I know Top.
That
Dollar
was the
from
beginning.
The
so Top Dollar was the guy who, if you remember, I think we talked about it on the show. He went to do like a plancha over the rope and he tripped and he just face planted down, right? That was like a year and a half ago, right? So, of course, Cornette talked about it. So, over the time he was on TV, they buried the shit out of him just every single time he was on TV, which, granted, look, the guy was not the best on television. He was not. So, when they released him in this last round of releases, they have killed him on Cornette's show. So, Top Dollar, since he's been released, has made it really, really obvious he is going after Cornette. But what's he going after? He's calling him a racist. And he keeps publishing retweeting the clip of Cornette, from years and years ago. He was over and over. So that's his only ammunition he's got. Cornette's going to literally still fire everything he's got at you.
I'm just glad you centered yourself there, considering that you're Italian.
What do you want from me?
You're Italian too?
What about Italians?
Oh, I love Italians.
thought so.
But it's just stuff like even with Chris Jericho, there's a really weird thing where like I don't watch AEW, but anytime Jericho does anything, Cornette brings up the fact that, and this isn't like a secret, but and not that it matters, but Jericho's wife was at the what was it, the January 6th thing?
Yeah.
And even though there's no proof she was part of the riot, she just happened to be there. Cornette will not let it go, and it's like his go-to fucking criticism. It's like, who gives a shit, you dumb?
So has Chris commented on that?
I don't think so. I
mean, he's gone back at him online. Like he's shot shit back, but I don't know if he's addressed that specifically. He's just gone back at Cornette, but I don't know if he said it specifically about his wife.
Well, anyone can say anything these days on social media. And it's like you have two choices. You can fight back or you can just ignore it and eventually it'll go away.
Mm.
So,
but still, I just think it's like I'm a big time boxing fan. You could probably tell that makes me a tough guy because I watch boxing. Everybody knows that's how you get tough in life. And my favorite boxer is this guy called Anthony Joshua. And he's notoriously like he's a fucking a hyper drug tested freak. And he's completely drug free, and he's just enormous, this monster of a man. And he's notorious for having one of the hardest punches in the world, but it's like he's afraid to hurt his opponent. So it's like when you're in that ring and you're losing this fight, go for the fucking uppercut. You know, you could take their head off. And that's why the whole stuff about Cornette, I think there's so many people could so easily shut his mouth and shut him down, but just seem to bend over and take it. He lets them cuck him instead of reality, if you know what I'm saying. Chad.
I feel like
X-Pac has said it before. There's no way to go after him because he's just going to come back at you with double the fire. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I was just going to say, I feel like I've read comments. I haven't seen many of his videos. I watched the one about Tammy because I just wanted to see, you know, what his outtakes were on there. But like some of the comments did mention his wife, and I don't know if he answers the comments on YouTube, but this, you know, the couple things about his wife, there was no replies were given. So, I mean, maybe, you know, people have mentioned it to him. He's just ignoring them. Because I've never heard him talk about his wife, you know, and what you said. It's a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. You know, I'm not privy to what happens in their bedroom. If he wanted to discuss it, he would. But you can choose to ignore people when you want to ignore them. And I feel like fans have said that to him and he just doesn't respond.
Well, I got to be honest. If the offer ever came to me about banging Cornette's wife, that's a hard no.